Okay, so I wasn't able to send these out. They're from Teachers Pay Teachers, so I can't send you copies or I'd be breaking the law, but we're gonna go over it on my computer. So we're gonna talk about how things are similar first, and then we're gonna say how they're different. And this leads into how to compare and contrast two different things. This is a game called Cash Cab, like the Cash Cab TV show where they're supposed to answer it quickly, but we're just gonna review it today. So, let me close some things out here. So, we're gonna talk about toothpaste and floss. So we're gonna say, how are toothpaste and floss similar? What is similar about them? How are they the same? Well, they're both used to clean our mouths, to clean our teeth. And then how are they different? Well, floss is a string that you put between your teeth to get the gunk out, and toothpaste is the type of soap or cleaner that we put on our teeth to clean them. So they both are used to clean out the junk from our mouth, but these are made of different things and they're different types of cleaning. Then we have the bathtub and the toilet. So how are they similar? They're both bathroom things, both bathroom appliances, things we use in the bathroom. Excuse me, a bathtub gets you clean and a toilet helps you relieve yourself, right? Gets rid of the stuff you don't need. All right, a stove and a microwave. They're the same because they're both kitchen appliances, things that we plug in and use. How are they different? Well, they're also the same because a stove and a microwave, or an oven and a microwave, help us warm up, cook food. But they're different because a stove can go much hotter than a microwave and is often used for baking, whereas we can't bake in the microwave. You typically use a microwave to just warm up our food or pop popcorn, things like that. All right, so now we're gonna name one way these two things are similar and one way they are different. So we have a cup and a plate. So one way they are similar is they're both used to help us eat and drink. And one way they are different is a cup is used to hold our drinks and a plate is used to help hold our food, excuse me. Name one way these two things are similar and one way they are different. All right, a folder and a notebook are both types of school supplies. We use them for school, we might even use them for work. They're different because a folder, you're able to put things inside of it, and a notebook you use to write on. And sometimes you have these two things in one combined compartment, which is nice. Name one way these two things are similar and one way they're different. An arm and a head are both body parts. How are they different? An arm is one of two things that helps us pick things up and hug people and carry things around, whereas a head holds our brain. It's on the top of our body, and we only have one of them. Name one way these two things are similar and one way they are different. A foot and a shoulder, same as the arm and the head. They're both body parts. They're both types of body parts. But a foot is one of two things that helps us walk. We have 2 feet. And a shoulder, we have 2 shoulders. They help connect our arms to our body. They help us lift our arms up and down. All right, name one way they're the same and one way they're different. Eyes and nose, they're both parts of our face. Our eye helps us see and our nose helps us smell. And we have 2 eyes and only 1 nose, but we have 2 nostrils. All right, one way these two things are similar and one way they are different. A camera and a phone. Now, I know your kids aren't gonna know, just like my kids don't know, that these things were very different back in the day, but now they're much more similar. They're the same because they're both types of electronics. They're different because the camera is used to take pictures and a phone is used to make phone calls. Of course, now we have cell phones which do all of the above, but that is how they're different. All right, do a few more. Again, clock and a phone. They're different because, they're similar because they can both tell us what time it is and they're both electronics. A clock is something that tells us what time it is, and a phone is something, again, to make phone calls, send messages. But again, can do all of the above. All right, a pencil and a pen are similar because a pencil and a pen are both used to write with. We can write, we can sketch, we can draw. They're different because a pencil is made of wood and uses lead, and a pen is made of plastic and uses ink. They're made of different substances, and a pencil can be erased and a pen cannot, unless it's one of those fancy schmancy ones that can. Name one way these two things are similar and one way they're different. A marker and paint. Now they're both used for art. They're both something you can decorate with. They're both things you can draw and do artistic things with. But a marker is made out of plastic with a felt and ink, And paint is, I don't know, made out of paint, different substance. So a marker would be more to do lines, and a paint would be more to fill in the spaces. I'm not much of an artist, so we could ask Mrs. Acker more about that. A lake and an ocean. Excuse me, ocean and lake. One way they're the same is they're both bodies of water. One way they're different is an ocean is much bigger than a lake, and an ocean holds different types of creatures. An ocean is saltwater and a lake is freshwater. A teacher and an accountant. They're the same because being a teacher and being an accountant are both types of occupations or jobs that people can have. And a teacher teaches students. An accountant does math and other work for companies and other businesses. I'm not an accountant, so I don't know much. One way these two things are similar and one way they're different. A glove and a mitten. So they're both types of clothing. They're both clothing we wear in cold weather. They're both clothing we wear in cold weather that goes on our hands. The big difference between a glove and a mitten is a glove covers all 5 fingers and a mitten only has 2 spots for 4 fingers and a thumb. That's usually what younger kids wear because it's hard to get gloves on every finger until they're a little bit older. So that is a way to talk about how things are the same and different.